can write a comment and I can see it.
Yeah.
And I can, yeah. So
Yeah,
what's been
yeah,
happening since last week?
So, boy, we got a few people want us to talk about a few different subjects. Obviously, like the main madness right about now is Prince Harry in this Meghan situation, isn't it? So some people say they don't want us to talk about that, but I'm like, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
got
because who
got
gives
to
a, because
talk
that's the
about,
thing. Who gives a fuck about these millionaires? That's what I'm saying. Who gives a fuck?
That's
Yeah,
what I was.
you know what
Yeah,
I
that's
mean.
what I was saying to
But
people. I was
all
like,
these
I don't really,
millionaires. I need these fucking millionaires to talk about me. I need
yeah,
these
yeah,
millionaires to
exactly.
start fucking talking about me and talking about, you know what I mean? Talk about my dramas and talking about
Yeah,
my, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
they need to
Harry,
give us
Harry,
money,
and
innit?
that's what I'm saying. Like my man from Morocco last week, he
Yeah.
came. We had a little conversation. You know what I
He
mean?
said
And then he
he
started
never
out
sent any
about
money though. Yeah, he never sent any
he
money,
never
did he?
broke exactly. He never showed no love. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he
So it's
give me
like
a
telling
if he
us
give me a friend, but sent me a friend request saying he's got money, and then I was like, okay, where's this money in it? And then he sent me a friend request, said he's from Morocco, and then that's it,
yeah,
nothing, no money
beg
sent, man.
friend, beg friend.
So that's why we're saying, people, send us some stars, innit? Send us some stars so we can monetize
Yeah,
this shit. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah, with the with
yeah.
the with the Harry and the Meghan thing, I'm like, I don't really give a fuck about them because they made 25 million, yeah, just off that fucking interview with the woman, in it, Oprah. Yeah, and then they're gonna
Yeah,
go and live with all these celebrities in fucking Hollywood.
yeah,
But at
yeah.
the same time, like Piers, yeah, going all crazy. Did you see him going all mad? Piers Morgan on Good Morning Britain. He's going all
Piers
mental.
Morgan, Piers Morgan is a fat racist prick. Yeah, but that's what he is. So no, no, no. Well, that's the truth, isn't it? That is the
Uh,
truth, isn't it?
I don't know. Like, see with him, I haven't watched him enough to even know what his
Now,
politics
now,
are.
Piers
Yeah, but
no, he is
yeah.
because what it is remember when he was talking to Akala and he was trying to imply Akala is like knife crime. Is it something cultural to the black community?
Oh,
Tried to
really?
he tried to come on that with Akala.
Fuck.
Akala twisted him up, and it
Schooled
was
him
like,
up.
hold on a minute. He was
Yeah.
like, Glasgow had the highest knife crime in the UK, and this was
Yeah,
predominantly
yeah,
white
yeah.
people. Then they
Yeah.
Pierce Morgan's a prick, and he's a
Yeah,
racist
yeah.
prick, and he likes to try and it's good. So, yeah, good. And I like this guy, the Alex Burst, whatever is it. He was the weatherman first, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he
So what's
started
he now?
dropping a few things, and now he's on the main panel, and now he's run Piers off. Like, yeah, fuck off, Piers. Let Alex have his say. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like Alex. Yeah, exactly. He's a real guy. He seems much more
Yeah.
real and much more in touch. You know what I
But
mean? They have to say,
what
you
I'm
know what,
saying
get
is
him off
like,
the weather.
you know where they're talking about like the Piers geezer was saying that he wanted to bang Megan before, innit? He went out on a date with her or some shit, and then he put her in a cab after getting her pissed, and she went and met Prince Harry, and then that's it. Now she's with Prince, then she got with Prince Harry, and she locked off Piers, innit? That's why he's
Well,
pissed, yeah. So even
well,
he said that
that's what
she
happened.
locked him off.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, because what it is with Piers Morgan, it doesn't matter how much money you got, you're still a dirty old man. Do you see what I'm
yeah.
saying? Piers Morgan's a dirty old man. Yeah, the
But
fact
I
that you
heard as
thought,
well, someone told me that she actually said she wanted to leave acting, yeah, get a rich English geezer, and then just live off them. So then she was
well,
asking her mates to hook her up. So first, obviously, she's seen Piers. I'm like, okay, this guy's got a few mil. I'll go out on
yeah,
a
yeah,
date with
yeah.
him. And then he put her in a cab, sent her somewhere, and then she went and met Prince Harry. She was like, "Fuck Piers, man. This Harry's got fucking billions. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with
Yeah.
him."
And what
So
I'll say to Piers, on that note, it's happened
yeah,
to the best of us. You know,
yeah.
them ones there. It's happened to the best of us. You know what I mean? We've all gone, took these girls out, yeah, took them out on a date, only for them to jump in a cab to the next brother. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, more money. Yeah, younger, better looking, more money. Yeah, fuck you, Piers. You get me? So that's how it goes. That's
Yeah,
how it
Piers,
goes.
but Piers only got himself to blame because he hasn't obviously he hasn't really kept himself in shape, in it. So if he wants to get these young, but I don't know, like maybe he thought, yeah, I've got like loads of money, she'll just want to bang anyway because I got dough. But then he didn't realize he's the small fish, Harry's the big fish. Like
We got
once you,
we got to realise about Piers. is a photo came out of him today, and he's chilling with all like that Maxine woman, that Epstein's girl, and a whole load of other people.
That Maxwell bird, isn't it? What's her name?
Yeah.
I can't remember the fucking name, man.
So when you check it out with Piers Morgan,
yeah,
a good word to describe Piers Morgan would be a cretin. You understand? Cretin. It's a good word for him. You see what I'm saying? So what does anyone expect from this guy? Yeah, Piers Morgan's a fucking prick. Yeah, he is. He's a prick. Do you know what I mean? There's been a few occasions where he's kind of, we thought, oh yeah, Piers Morgan's the man, but he was only doing that for public opinion because Piers Morgan's a wrong one. I mean, he's a wrong one. And now there's a little campaign, bring back Piers, racist, you know, another one of them subtly racist campaigns. Yeah, English people want their racist heroes.
Oh, they want Piers brought back.
Have him on the fucking TV then. Put him on the fucking.
Everyone hate that cunt.
Nah, mate, this is the thing. Yeah, everyone hates him for the same reason. Certain people are gonna love him. Yeah,
I think the way he was
like
the most recently, I saw him criticizing Boris and saying he's a waste man and stuff. So yeah, I agreed with him there. But then,
of course, like the old saying goes,
do you know what I mean? Like a broken clock is right twice a day, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly. Like
everyone who's
he might not be as a bigger prick as Boris, but he's still a prick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So everyone who's locked on and watching, hit the share button, please. Yeah, hit the share button, hit the like button, the love button, send us some.
Yo, people on my Facebook. Where's my Facebook people at as well? This is like the first show I can actually share with the Facebook, and I'm not seeing. I ain't seeing too much. All right, okay, all right. Oh my days! I got Aiden, call it.
Yeah.
Talk about smacking up racists on the train. Well, what happens? Yeah. I don't want to incriminate myself. It's a thing. Yeah. I don't want to incriminate myself. But let's just say, around the time of Black Lives Matter, there was a lot of tensions were running high, and I think someone mistook me for a Black Lives Matter protester, even though I've never been to a Black Lives Matter protest as a protester, and I never really followed it or anything like that. So obviously he decided to start, you know, chatting a whole load of shit, and you know, I can't really say any more than that, to be quite honest. I can't really say any more. You know what I mean? What is out there is out there.
Yeah.
And it's only by the grace of God I am not in cuffs or serving some sort of custodial sentence. Yeah. But if it ever does get to that, I'm not ashamed. You know what I mean? I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad it was in public.
Yeah.
For
so
anyone else who's thinking, oh, this was a little while ago.
Oh, see.
This was a little while ago. Do you know what I mean? But you know, it's one of them things, man. Like, you know, some people, like I said, it was around the time of the Black Lives Matter tensions of running high. It was a whole thing. Rumors going around that Black Lives Matter was going to start a race war.
Yeah.
You understand? This was a misconception. No, but this was a misconception that was going around, that it was either going to start or contribute to a race war. But what people didn't realise, people that thought that, was that most of the Black Lives Matter, definitely in the UK, most of the Black Lives Matter support was white. So it wouldn't be necessarily a race war, it would be more a war between two different political sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, I think a lot of those people, they got scared because it's like they feel like it's the pushback. They wanted to push back against things like this because it's just getting more people treated equally. They're afraid of losing their position.
It's just that some people, you know, some people want. And I had a conversation with Nova about this the other day. Some people want and just need they want their right to be racist. You understand? They want their right to be racist, and they feel like it's their right. And they feel like somebody telling them it can't be racist is an attack on what they consider their freedoms or their rights. So you know, that's why these things happen. You see what I'm saying? But you know, like when this is to anyone who goes out there looking to just target an innocent person over their race. You need to make sure that you're capable of handling that person. Do you see what I'm saying?
Do you remember that?
You know,
Do you remember that old Irish geezer who had to go at us on the tube train?
I've beat up so many racists.
Do you remember that though? That was in flipping. We went to kill man, didn't he?
He got a pint of milk dash. He got a pint of milk dashed in his face, yeah. Because it's like
this geezer. Let me fill the people in.
Man fighting fully grown fucking racist man who can handle himself. You understand?
Yeah,
so if I was to go and smash this old man up, yeah, he would have been dead. And then I'd have a load of Irish people from fucking Kilburn and West Hampstead looking for me. Yeah, but this really, he would have been that Irish guy. Don't get me wrong. He probably in his day, you understand, he probably could have, even though them Irish guys can fight.
Yeah.
So in his day, but even though he was an old man, I would have easily smashed him in.
I just thought it was hilarious when he got on the train, and he was like to you and me, he goes, "Oh, you're all foreigners to me," And I was like, "What the fuck?"
But you know what it is? It's true. But you know what it is? It's all funny. It's funny, but then after a while, when you go through your whole life experiencing that sort of stuff, there's only so much you can take. There's only so much you can take. You understand?
Exactly.
So
that's what some people don't understand. Though. That's what some people don't understand because, when they say people get when they say people get triggered, innit? Mm-hmm. So what the trigger thing means is like you've gone through this shit all your fucking life. You've been putting up with all this bullshit, and then sometimes, like when it comes again, you're gonna get fucking triggered by it. That's when you you switch. Yeah, you're gonna switch, and they don't get it because they haven't gone through that shit every fucking day. So that's
what they think. They think that they're coming at you with some racism, like it's the first time you've ever heard it. Yeah, you're the first fucking racist that ever. You understand? You're the first racist that's ever come drunk, trying to. You understand? So, that's all it is. You know what I mean? And
I mean, he had heart. He did have heart. Like he got up in my face. He was like, "You black bastard!" Like that in my face. And
he did have heart.
Yeah, he had heart.
Because you got to remember.
Yeah.
Man from that generation and islands, they come from the fucking troubles. You know what I mean? These men were in their prime in the troubles. These men aren't scared. Like, I'm not being like, London's a rough place. But these men, some of them come from Belfast and Limerick, and these men aren't. Do you know what I mean? They're not phased. These men aren't phased. They feel like they should have been killed a long time ago. So they're living. You know who else was like that? The Ghost in Harrow.
The Ghost.
The Ghost.
Yeah.
Old Irish man.
The fuck pig
he was on smoke. Yeah, he was on smoke. He was on smoke. No, let's be real. He was on smoke. He did business. Yeah, that guy had no fear. Yeah, and I used to avoid him because that man. You know what it is? When a man don't care if he gets beaten up, that's a man you have to avoid.
Yeah.
When somebody
he used to come into the O'Neill's bar where I worked on Harrow High Street. He was a fucking lunatic, man. That geezer.
What kind of stuff did he used to do when he came in there? Because he was quite
I can't remember. I think he pissed all over the bar one time, innit? And he just had to get thrown out. He was on some madness, man. He was on some madness, as I remember. So
Jesus Christ. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't take all of that stuff personal, but then
I think he used to demand free drinks as well. He didn't have any money. He used to come in without any money and just demand pints. And so that he just used to get dashed out every day.
I had another one in Birmingham, right? An old man. For some reason, I'm standing there. It's me and Daly, and this old man has just stood in front of me and started doing what appeared to be like a combination of the 1 foot skank and the limbo. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, he was standing in front of me, and I'm like, "Yo, what's this? What's going on with this guy?" He starts leaning back into me, and I'm like, "Yo, mate, get away from me!"
Yeah.
And he starts his rubbish with me, so I've grabbed him by the neck.
Yeah.
And I've just picked him up, and I've just carried him over the other side of the street, and what he's done to try and make himself look like a victim, he's then thrown himself on the floor. Yeah, like slammed his dog. But as he's done that, he's kicked me in my nuts. Like his foot has kicked me in my nuts, and I remember being like, "Fucking!" And then all these people coming and like, "Oh, you leave him alone. He's an old man." Like, you understand? So that now I've had to switch on these people. Now I've had to start saying anybody who comes near me is getting knocked out. I don't care, man, woman, whoever. You're gonna get knocked the fuck, bro. At the end of the day, I'm in a racist attack, and you want to come in and just like defend the racist person. I don't care who you are. You're getting banged in your face. Literally, you're getting banged. So that's basically what I was on, because I knew what the guy's game was. I was minding my own business. He's like, let me fuck with a black person, because I know that when I play victim, everyone's gonna rush to my aid. I was like, well, rush to my aid, and you're gonna run into my fist. Before I get a chance to explain what's going on, you're gonna run into my fist. So that's you get some weird behavior from some of the older generation. I'm not gonna lie. You understand? Like I remember, like I got a woman in Taunton, an old lady stuck her middle finger up at me. And I said, like, I was like, what a way to behave while stuck in that body. Do you know what I mean? Like look at the state of you. Look at the fucking state of you. If I look like you, I would be nice and smile, because I would only have my personality to go on. You understand? But and it just goes to show, like, sometimes people, their outward appearance reflects what is inside of them as well. What's inside of them is fucking nasty demons. You get me?
I remember being on the bus one time, and there were these two old ladies, and they were like, this old lady was just going on about foreigners and everything coming over here and blah blah blah, taking benefits and all this bullshit. And then like the other one was like, shh, there's one of them right there next to you.
One of them.
And I just started laughing, and then they just like, they grabbed their bags, innit? They grabbed their bag, man. That old one, innit? Where they just grabbed their bag thinking you're gonna rob them, and I was like, look, my mum come over to this country, and she worked for the NHS. She's taking care of all you fucking people. It's not like she's, do you know what I mean, on benefits.
I just find it ironic. Like, I just find it ironic. Like, I'm gonna rob you. You understand? Like these times here. These times here. You understand? Like, what hasn't been robbed from me? Even my fucking last name. My last name has been robbed from me, and you're worried about me robbing your fucking handbag. Do you know what I mean? So
for real.
But that's but you can't. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna look at these people? Sorry. Are you gonna look at these people and think, you know what? These people are right. I wish I was them. You get me? Exactly. I want to be them. Now, fucking, you know what I mean? I don't care, mate. I don't care what race I came out. I just don't want to be them. Ain't got nothing to do with your race. It's just got everything to do with you as an
individual, innit?
As individual person. Man. That's what it comes down to. So it doesn't matter what race you are.
Big up DJ Zester, sent 150 stars. Respect for that, Zest. Yeah, man. So with the Harry and Meghan thing, I don't know, like, but what, like, people were saying, oh, she's lying when she's saying she was suicidal. I'm just like, well, at the end of the day, I know people that are rich and they kill themselves still, innit? So it's
of
nothing,
course. Why would someone even say that? Why would someone even say you're lying about the way you feel?
Exactly. Like, you don't know what was in her head. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're obviously saying, oh, she's doing it just for attention. But I'm just like, at the end of the day, like, if that's how she felt, she's saying that's how she felt, innit? And Harry, he wouldn't be supporting her, even though Harry used to be a racist. He said, like, he's woken him up or whatever, innit? Now she's woken him up to what it actually is. He wouldn't be supporting her if she was just talking shit. Like, why would he? Like, do you know what I mean? That's his family. Like, he'll fall out with
them. Because you know it is. It's the stuff people say. When it's your own child, you ain't gonna have people sitting there making comments like, "Oh, how is?" You understand? When it's your child, you can't take the side of the fucking royal family over your child. You can't take the side of your own family. You understand? You can't have people in your family telling you, "Oh, well, okay, then you know what? If you've got a problem with the genetic makeup of my kids, then I have to cut you off." You understand? And that's how I am. If anyone's I got mixed race children. Yeah, there's lots of black people that are like, oh, you know, you should have raise kids, this and that and the other. Or they say, you know, not enough black men are having kids with black women. Yeah, that's fair and fair enough. That's cool. I can understand the argument. You understand? I fully do get that argument as well. Like at the same time, that's what they're saying anyway. There's some kind of point to that. Yeah. However, if somebody makes a comment on my kids, that's it, instant cut off. Literally.
But you know what? That goes against the whole what all these people are saying who want people to stay in their own group here. They're going against the whole of human history before there was a population explosion, because these scientists looked at hunter-gatherer behavior now, yeah, and when they come across another group of hunter-gatherers, they don't beef them, they intermarry with them, and it keeps the gene pool from becoming inbred. Yeah, so
but half these scientists, they're on about, half these scientists are coming from a Darwinist perspective.
But these ones weren't. No, they were just like, you know, when there's the myth of tribalism and blah blah blah. Yeah, that only really came about because of the population explosion, and then we had to be doing agriculture, and then from we're doing agriculture, then our minds got focused on defense. So then all prejudice against outsiders, and you know, when they're saying the society shifted from having women as equal, because if you go in a hunter-gatherer society, you get women who are like the top and all that kind of stuff, whereas when it became more to do with physical strength and fighting off people, then men have got more physical strength, so then they get put on a higher pedestal in the society. So it's like all of the feelings of tribalism, patriarchy, all that stuff all comes from when humans started doing agricultural societies and then everyone wants to keep shit. So if you see it now, that behavior pattern's gone on to this day. Like if you look at any music scene, it's all people trying to keep it for themselves. Like drum and bass, they're trying to keep it for themselves. UK hip hop, there's loads of people trying to keep it to themselves. Like all crabs in the barrel syndrome, innit? And it goes on everywhere, and that's all from that shit. So now the hope would be that the technology we've got would enable us to live past that kind of bullshit. Like even like Michael Sweeten saying, "I'll never understand why people give a fuck about race." You just put that in the comments, yeah. But that people didn't used to give a fuck about race. It only came in when it was to do with resources, and then you're trying to justify why you're enslaving people or whatever. Then suddenly, oh, this race is below us. Before that, there wasn't even that in people's fucking brain.
I'll tell you when it started. I'll tell you when all that started, yeah? Because back in the day, people didn't have mass migration. Like sometimes there was, like people would invade, but generally people didn't have mass migration. Once slavery happened, then it became a thing, because once slavery happened, even during slavery, it wasn't like, you know, the Arabs are inferior to the whites or the Chinese are in, or everyone has got, don't get me wrong, all races have got their own version of supremacy, but they still will look at other races like, you understand, that's their people, you know, that's them people, they do that, they still have a certain level of respect for them. When it happened to slavery, they had to basically create a system where you could take away the value of the people. So that's basically the roots of, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that before that there weren't two different races that hated each other and went to war with each other and killed each other off. But when it was slavery, that's when it started trickling down into like Western society, global, just society as a whole, basically. Yeah. So, you know, it's one of the, and the thing is, it's easy to not give a fuck about race when you're not affected by it. You understand?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't walk around thinking about race until I have to. But there's times where I will have to. When a man says nigger, I will have to snap his jaw. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a case of, like race doesn't exist, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's still somebody using it as a means to channel their hatred. Yeah. So it's easy. It's the person that needs to be told that is the person going out doing racism. You understand? I couldn't care less about race.
Yeah.
It's an issue until someone says something racist or does something racist. You understand?
Big up the Jim inside the place. Yeah, big up Jim. And big up the Zester for the stars. Respect for that. What else have we got here? So Terry Hooligan said he wants us to talk about puppies, candy floss, Hello Kitty, roller skates, unicorns, and the Illuminati.
Basically, my summer. That's basically sounds like my summer.
Well, what have you got?
Roller skate, no, not yet. I need to get a dog. I do need to get a dog. Not right this second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like summer. Western Supermare, roller skates, candy floss, Hello Kitty backpack. You get me? Like all of that. Unicorns.
Dogs are costing a lot though now, man. Like if you look online to buy a flipping dog, yeah, it was crazy prices just to get a Staffordshire Bull Terrier or something. It's like $3 flipping grand or some bullshit like that, or $2 grand, whereas it used to be like $650 for a blue staff. If you want to get one that's brindle, that would be like $250 or whatever. Nah, that's like even $1 grand. I'm just like, what's going on here, man? This is crazy.
So, well, it's because owning firearms is too risky. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to go back to basics now. Just get yourself, do you know what I mean? Get yourself a nice little staffy. It might be a lot of money, but do you see what I'm saying? It might, if it protects you, innit?
So, yeah, big up Michael Sweeting. Yeah. I knew you didn't mean it like that. I knew you didn't mean it like that, man. It's all good. So then we've got Michael's asking, in the age of YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, etc., do you think music TV channels like MTV Base will last much longer? Like MTV Base channel, aka it's channel used back now, isn't it? Do you
know
think
what they might
much
do?
longer?
They will still. I don't know. It's hard to say because as much as all these like things where people can select what they want to watch, a lot of people are still, would rather just sit back and just be force fed. So at the same time, you know what I mean? So
I think with what is it? With like MTV, I think the death knell for MTV in my view was like when they stopped playing music and there's all just these weird, stupid documentaries and reality TV. I was like, why are they called MTV anymore? It's dumb, like. And then with MTV,
that's the people that will watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is MTV Base even there anymore? I don't know.
God knows. God knows. I haven't watched it in about 15 years.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. So, Stars and Diesel want us to talk about string theory. I don't know fuck all about string theory. Do you know anything about string theory?
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Yes, big up Stars and Diesel.
I heard about string theory on the Big Bang Theory show, innit? So I don't really know. I don't know what the fuck it's about though. So yeah. So that's all you're gonna get for that. And then also they're asking, what do you think the raves are gonna look like in your opinions after lockdown?
It's gonna look like a fucking going into getting on a plane. It's gonna look like you get on a plane. So yeah. No, what it is, it ain't gonna look good. Put it that way. It's not gonna look good. And if it is, from what I can imagine, since they're gonna have all this vaccine, much as they're saying it's not gonna happen, they probably will. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just imagining you're gonna go into a rave and you're just gonna see a load of mindless people dancing about. They probably won't even need drugs. They'll just appear. They will, because there'll be those sorts of people. There'll be the simple people that when they've got their vaccine, so now we can be going back to normal. You're not going back to normal. This is what I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to explain to people. You ain't going back to normal. Yeah.
So what do you think after like these people have been jabbed? Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen after that? What's the end game?
They'll jab them again.
What just keep?
They'll keep jabbing them.
So what do you think's in the jabs? Yeah, like what do you reckon's in it?
I don't know. Like the fact that I ain't got a clue what's in it. Obviously, enough people have already got it in their body, including MC Shabba. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's in it, but the fact that a lot of people
Well, yeah, a lot of big people are getting it done. A lot of big DJs have got it done. I think Skibber got it done. I think Fat Man D's had it done. Quite a few people
that's
have
why,
got it done.
and that's why I've lost all respect. That's why I've lost all respect for these people. Do you see what I'm saying? And you know, I can understand, but then you know, I just think, well, you know what I mean? I used to look up to these people, and now it's like, you know what I mean? Thank God. Like, imagine I was someone who was so in awe by these people. I went and did what they did. That's all I think. It's like, imagine.
Yeah, I mean, well, to give them their credit, they've just said, you know, they've got it done, but they're not telling anyone else what to do. It's up to you, your choice.
So why the hell are you telling us then? So why the hell are they telling us then? So why are they announcing it? Why the hell are you announcing it then if you're not telling people what to do? Yeah, but I don't think they're part of no deep. I made a video the other day. I don't think they're part of any deep agenda, because I just don't think. Yeah, I just don't think they're that deep. So that's all it comes down to, innit? They just ain't that deep as people. Understand? They just they do their thing. They do their thing. They make good. You get me? They spit good lyrics. They hype up raves. They've got, you know what I mean? They've built their name for themselves. They're pioneers, but that's it. Do you know what I mean?
I think a lot of artists, they're kind of like doing it because they're thinking they're not going to be able to go and perform.
But no one's even said anything yet. No one's even look. What you have to understand here: no rave has been booked, and no one's said anything yet. At no point has they.
There are promoters who are now scheduling events again. Yeah, and me, when I'm looking at it, then I'm like, okay. And then when you like hear, oh yeah, this Brazil variant and the South African variant are resistant to vaccine, then you're like, well, it's just going to be another lockdown, and they ain't gonna. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Let me tell you something about these. Let me tell you something about these drum and bass MCs. Yeah, some of the top drum and bass MCs. Don't take these people.
I know them, innit? I know them.
Yeah, I understand you know them. I understand you know them, but I'm just saying, don't take these people as any kind of experts. You understand? These people they are the subject of an experiment themselves. Yeah,
I don't think none of them are claiming to be experts. So
you see what I'm saying? So don't think, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but then at the same time, like, you got to remember, it's a music. It's a music scene. Do you know what I mean? It's a music scene. It's not. This is not a scene of intellectuals. This is not a scene of scientists. Not even scientists, because they're all frauds anyway. This is not a scene of critical thinkers. This is a scene of. This is a music scene. You know what I mean? Compiled of MCs, DJs, producers, lots of people that take drugs. You understand? That's the reality. Lots of people that take drugs. Lots of people. Do you think drugs for 20 years, 30 years?
Do you think the drugs you know, I had a student from another university, he was doing a dissertation, and he's done an interview with me today, and we're talking about, he wanted to know about mental health and the music industry. So he was like, do you think drugs, the hard drugs, is a problem in the music industry? I was like, definitely. Cocaine is a massive problem.
Crack. Let's just keep it 100, and let's keep 100 and say, what is the real problem? Crack. Yes, crack is a big problem.
Yeah, but I mean, well, when you're saying crack, like obviously, I've witnessed loads of people in the music scene snorting coke, but not really many smoking crack anymore. Like, I remember when I first used to go to drum and bass raves and whatnot, you'd smell the crack smoke in the air, you know, and people would be smoking crack in the corners and shit like that. But I haven't really, like, in more recent years, it's all cocaine, and then I've seen the negative effects of people doing that. You know, like, and they were asking me, why do you think artists want to do the coke, and why do ravers want to do it? Is it because they want to do it? Is it because they're self-medicating from like trauma and stuff like that, or is it because of peer pressure? They feel they have to do it to fit in, and I think it's a combination of a lot of those. But with a lot of artists, they're like, there is that peer pressure to be part of the cocaine boys club. Like, there's a cocaine boys club, and like certain people are getting bookings because they're giving a little bit of cocaine for free to these promoters and shit. So they'll get a room to set out of it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, at the same time, when you're going from rave to rave and you're up all night, this is something that's going to keep you up. Cocaine, MDMA, you understand? But the problem with these drugs is, it's like when I first used to go out drum and bass raves, I used to just smoke my weed and maybe have 1, 2. I literally would have like 2 beers, and that was me. I was nice on them 2 pints of beer. I was like, okay, that's enough for me. After a while, it's like, yeah, need more alcohol. But, you know what I mean? Then you start dabbling with the fucking, you know what I mean? But you know, that was enough for me. I think even when I got with the MDMA, maybe a couple lines of coke in my day, that was me. I didn't need to go any further. But the thing is, the more you do it, then the more your tolerance builds up, and then what happens? It gets to the point where you're on the coke all night and it ain't doing nothing. You're hitting a you're doing a line, and it's like, I ain't doing nothing to you. The only place to go after that is the crack, and that's it. And then that's basically you know, I know the crack's a big problem in the drum and bass scene. It has been for a long time. You know, it's almost been, you know, in some circles like a passage of right, like
a rite of passage.
I mean, but you know for a fact, yeah. Like if I wanted to be a drum and bass MC, yeah, I know I could turn up to the rave, you know, just blend in a little bit. And then, you know what I mean? Put a man to a side, say, yo, look what I got. Get my man round the back, hitting the pipe. Before you know it, I'm on stage with him. I'll be on the stage with him. I'm part of his crew. Yeah, so that ain't hard to do in the drum and bass scene. You know what I mean? It's not hard to do.
The thing, like, there's a female MC who's big in the garage scene, yeah, and she was saying a similar thing. In that, like, when she came into the scene, she'd never done drugs or anything like that, yeah, and she was like, wow, what the fuck is going on here? Like, everyone was just coked out of their minds, all going crazy and shit. Let me she felt no, but she felt, yeah, there was a pressure on her to then take it, to then be accepted in their little clique.
Yeah, you have to, yeah, otherwise piss off.
She wouldn't, like, and that's like,
yeah, get it out because you're ruining their party. What you have to understand, yeah, this is the same goes with TV, yeah, and definitely with TV, a lot with TV and people that are on the camera a lot and stuff like that, yeah. Everybody is on cocaine, yes, everybody's on it, yeah. If you don't want to take cocaine, don't go. Do you understand? You're gonna ruin their vibe just by being there. These people are on cocaine. That's it. They're on cocaine. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like, I've seen a lot of artists, yeah, who are doing good. They're making good money off their bookings, yeah, but their coke habit is fucking it all up. So even though they're on a good earner per year on paper, their coke habit means they're earning below minimum wage and they're fucked all the time, and they ask people to borrow money all the time. So and then when the lockdown hit, bro, when the lockdown. Yeah, exactly. And when the lockdown hit, they were fucked because they didn't have a job. They've been earning money from raves, but they've been blowing it all on coke. So they got no savings. And when that lockdown hit, fucking hell, bro, they fucked. Yeah,
hit them hard. And this is the thing. The problem is, though, to get them kind of bookings, you have to move in a cycle where everyone's on cocaine. And that's the problem. So then you're back. Once you get control of your coke habit, then all of a sudden you're back in the fucking place where you do your business amongst the people you do business with, and the cocaine gets broken out again. But then this time you're like, then they start looking at you funny. What do you mean you're not? You know what I'm saying? What do you mean you're not having none? So now you can't be trusted because you might go and take fucking photographs and share them to the Daily Mail of all these celebrities. Whatever doing cocaine, so you can't be trusted. So you now got to piss off. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is the thing that people understand, that you're entering into a drug fest. You think you're entering into a music scene or something. You're entering into a drug fest.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? So the best thing you can do if you don't want to take drugs when you go around these druggies is just, you know what I mean, get a drink and sit in the corner and do what you have to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, but you know, but yeah. Otherwise,
Bobby's just said in the chat, lockdown should have brought creativity. It should have. I mean, it has for some people. But if you've blown all your money on cocaine and you've got no fucking money now, then your creativity is gonna be
lockdown couldn't bring creativity to everybody because it was such a sinister thing. Because it was such a sinister thing. If it was, if the lockdown was something nice and positive, then it would have been a different story. Because the lockdown was something sinister, was a fucking dark. That was when a dark cloud appeared over humanity and has never left and is never going to leave. So as much as people sit there and say, yeah, like, I don't get me wrong, I can get creative under pressure or under these in these sorts of environments, but a lot of people can't, because a lot of people they need their normal routine for their inspiration, and that's been taken away, and there ain't nothing, and there's nothing creative about feeling like you have no power. And that's all the lockdown show people, is that you ain't got no power, you ain't got no rights, you ain't got no value as a human being. And that's basically it. And so that's why, as much as people sit there and say, people should get creative, the truth is more people turn to drugs, because that's at the point where I got friends who, that's the same thing. They've been banging on the fucking cocaine all year. And they don't feel no remorse, because they're just like, why not? What else? You know what I mean? What else can I do? I'm being forced to do this. Like my world has been turned upside down, you know. But you should, like, ideally, you should use this time too. Yeah, it's true though. What he's saying is true. You should use this time to.
I mean, with me, like, I haven't experienced lockdown really, apart from like a couple weeks. When I had to self-isolate or whatever. The rest of it, I've just been working. So I haven't experienced what these other people have experienced. So I don't know what the fuck it's like. But I can say that my motivation to make tunes has gone down. Like, so what I've done is do features for people, because when I'm doing features, I have to do it for them, because I don't want to let them down. So that has kept me in the studio doing stuff. And now I've started doing some of my own tunes now, innit? So I've kind of got my motivation back to do my own thing. But it definitely did take a hit. And I think, you know, a lot of people are gonna definitely have felt like that. But mine was like, I was getting up at like 6 in the morning, and if you know me, I'm not used to getting up at that time, innit? I'm usually an 11 o'clock fucking person, and going to bed at 4, 3 in the morning. So I was getting up at 6 a.m. to go and teach in fucking schools and shit. So like, and driving all over London at that time. So for me, when I get back, I was zonked. I was proper tired. So I'd be like, fuck doing anything. Fuck doing anything in the studio. I just want to chill and then go to sleep. That was me, innit? And then so now when I've started doing other stuff, not at primary schools and whatnot, now I'm at uni and everything, it's a bit later start, and because it's online and whatnot and everything. So now I've kind of like got back into my normal routine, innit? But I'm trying to get my sleep pattern back to normal now.
Well, this is the thing. Everyone, what it is, everyone's trying to go back. But the thing is, you can't go back, because it's completely different. You understand? So even, get me wrong, when I can go back to a few, you know, like when we come out of lockdown, I can go back to doing what I was doing before. But really and truly, most of the time I can't. So I have to find other things to do.
You have to adapt, man. You have to adapt.
But not everybody, because it's all about having ideas. Not everyone can.
Big up General Dizzle, old title General D. Who else have we got there? Mark Herbert, big up yourself, all the Carnage crew. Ben Thomas, Bobby, Aiden. We got Joe Gibbons, MC Danger, has asked us to talk about the Mandela Effect. You heard about that?
Oh, I was watching about something. It's not enough to do with Nelson Mandela, is it? Because the Mandela Effect. The Mandela Effect, you mean?
Yeah, that's about Nelson Mandela, isn't it? Mandela Effect. They're saying like, the Mandela Effect is like where they're saying that we've shifted into a parallel universe. Some people are from the original one, so they remember Nelson Mandela dying in jail and he never got freed. But that's what. So there's certain situations where they think that happened in the past and now it's changed or something. But I always remember Nelson Mandela getting freed and becoming the leader.
Well, I'll tell you something. I was watching. I actually started watching. Funnily, he brought it up. I started watching today the Nelson Mandela film. I only got about 10 minutes into it, but it's about Road to Freedom or something.
Oh yeah.
Like I think, you know, to ask whether Nelson Mandela died in jail, you'd have to ask the South Africans who hate his guts, because they claim that when he came out of prison, he sold them out. You understand?
Oh,
so as much so you know, the thing is, when people
this is saying that loads of people remember him dying.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe he did.
I don't remember him dying.
All we know is he come out of prison and became a Freemason. So
is it?
You understand? Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Mate, don't get it twisted. And another, and I'll tell you who else. Another weasel. Yeah, the Dalai Lama.
The Dalai Lama.
Weasel. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
What did he do? What did that
Dalai Lama do? You see all these drum and bass MCs?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really think much of them. Like, I don't look up. I don't look up to them. Like, certain people think, oh, they're amazing. Yeah, they do their thing, but I don't look up to them as any higher kind of being. You understand? It's because even the Dalai Lama, I look at him. He's a low-level being. You understand? He's a low-level being just because he's got a fucking toga on, and you understand? He talks about fucking compassion. He ain't got
like you should. There is like what you're saying, yeah. Like these, but most drum and bass MCs ain't trying to claim to be role models or nothing like that.
Oh no! I'm just saying that the ones that are getting vaccinated, the ones that are the big ones that are getting vaccinated, and and you know, putting it out there like there's some sort of, you know, I don't know. I really don't know what to say. Like, you know, because you got to look at it like this. Did they ever put up a post telling people not to take drugs? You know what I mean? Did they put up a post saying to their followers, don't take drugs? Drugs are bad. They didn't, did they? So they put up a post saying, not saying take the vaccine, but we're taking the vaccine. So you know, and it's the same thing with that idiot, the Dalai Lama, and the other idiot, DMC. You see, DMC.
I was just about to say DMC, isn't it?
Fuck these people. Yeah, let me tell you, this world is sick, right? And that's what I'm saying. I want to go back to fucking the old ways, be around these kind of people because they're sick. All of these. Look at all of these black politicians. Yeah, what's her name? Diane Abbott, Marvin Rees, David Lammy, Sean Bailey, on there trying to tell you to take the vaccine. You don't think there's something dodgy about? Yeah, trust me, this whole thing is dodgy. Yeah?
I was thinking, you know, when people were saying, "Oh, the vaccine is going to have a chip in it and it will control you," and shit, I was thinking more likely it would be a sterilization thing where they're going to sterilize you so you can't have kids or something like that. I was thinking that's more likely than it having a chip in it because the chip is going to be expensive. Yeah, the chip's going to be expensive.
Man, it could be, all we know is it comes from like the fact that you trust the vaccine would mean you trust the lockdown and mean you trust, you understand, you trust Matt Hancock. You trust, this is what I'm saying, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. What kind of people are going out raving? Like, I haven't been out raving for a few years, but like up until like last year, what kind of people were going out raving for them to even, the fact that these people haven't tore down their idols in their scene, the fact they haven't trashed them, like trashed like in the hip hop scene, DMC, he's getting trashed. No one's looking at. That's it. DMC's never going to get no work again unless he goes through the government. So I want to know how come there's been no mad backlash to these people. And
I mean
we're seeing where everyone's taking drugs.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Well, you got people like Traumatic saying that he's very anti-vaccine and saying, you know, you're gonna be fucked and zombified, and you're gonna have no kids.
But you see, with Traumatic, he's spoken for. So I'm saying, because they're people. They know people I know, and you understand. That's fact. You know what I mean? He's actually got quite a big following around these ways in the West Country. He's got a nice little following around there. A lot of people big him up. You get me? A lot of people big him up. So, you know, and that's what I'm talking about. Like this is someone who's like a real artist and actually stands for something. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what I don't get. Where is that rebel kind of spirit in
what a lot of people say is that as an artist, I've had people say this to me, you shouldn't be saying anything political because you lose fans. But I'm always like, fuck that.
Bullshit.
when
You're
you know
meant to.
yeah, you know when you and me
How
were
the
doing Human Trash and in England and all that, it was all social commentary, it was all political.
yeah,
So I'm
how
like,
the
I've
fuck can you
always
be?
been like that.
How the fuck can you be an artist of any kind
Mm.
and not have social commentary
Because they're
and
scared they're
not
gonna
fucking
lose
politics?
fans. So I
No,
was
but
like,
how
look,
every single artist
yeah,
touches on some sort of social commentary somewhere, whether it's doing your painting, whether it's
yeah,
doing dance, whether
yeah,
it's making
yeah.
a film, whether
Well, boy,
the
I guess
fuck, how
something
the
going
fuck,
in it.
who the fuck said that?
I
Who the
guess
fuck told you that?
quite a few people. I ain't gonna name no
Yeah, you
name
know
in
what
it,
it is.
but
I bet it was when you was talking about some race relation stuff. I bet it was
yeah,
that in it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was, yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah,
That's what I've
yeah.
noticed. You know, it's only a case of when you start talking about race relations or equality, all of
Mm,
a sudden people start going, oh, "Why don't you just stick to the music? Why do you?"
mm.
You know, what I mean, if I was
Yeah, yeah,
talking about
exactly.
anything
Yeah.
else, you wouldn't have a problem with it. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
yeah,
I've always been like, well, yeah, but from when I first started music, yeah, I was talking about that. My first ever rap was written something about that. Yeah. So why am I gonna change? I was like, if there's some people that don't like me talking about that, I don't really care. Like they can fuck off then, innit? And like if the scene doesn't want me in it because it it says you're not allowed to talk about that, then I'll just go and leave and do my thing anyway, innit? So
and
it's
then
just
say,
whatever.
when have you even needed a scene?
Yeah,
Do you know what
because
I mean? You
that's
don't
the
need a
thing.
scene.
Like we, you, me, Jen, Mike, GLC, Daily, D21, all these guys. Yeah, we all went and did our thing. We made money regardless of any industry people, any fucking scene, any gatekeepers, anything. We can go
That's
and
it.
make money. So that's why we don't give a fuck. Like they can block us out of it, but we just go and do our own thing anyway
Yeah,
and make money.
exactly.
But with some other people, maybe they haven't had our experience like that where they've gone and earned dough by themselves and not had to depend on anyone or something, and then maybe that's why they might be scared of speaking out because they're like, this is
They
my
don't.
bread and butter.
What it is. A lot of artists are not the real deal. You
Mm,
understand? So a lot of people can any idiot can pick up a mic and chat to lyrics.
mm,
Yeah, any idiot can chat to lyrics. It doesn't mean that this person has got any substance. You understand?
yeah.
Like so, someone like Harry Shotter, for instance, he's
Mm,
an artist who's got substance.
mm,
You understand? He's not just a man with lyrics. He's got substance. He can make songs. He's got a presence, and he's got. You
mm,
understand?
mm.
But not everyone. It's not that ain't the case with everybody. Some
Yeah,
people
yeah,
can just chat to lyrics. Some people's lyrics don't even make sense.
yeah, yeah. Just
Some
words that
people just
rhyme,
got a
innit?
vibe. Some people just got vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, you got
yeah.
man like you're more intricate. You got people like Trigger, who's more understand. Um, and then man of kind of come with enough punchlines and you know what I
Mm.
mean. That's the kind of stuff I like, to be honest. I'm into I'm definitely into Shadow Demon. Shadow
I mean,
Demon.
in your like, because when I've come back to drum and bass, yeah, I haven't really had my brain on the UK hip hop scene. I haven't really been watching it, but like you're still in that, yeah. What do you have you seen those similar kind of things happen there where they're saying, oh, you shouldn't talk about politics, you shouldn't talk about race in your music, you should keep it like just about the music, all that bollocks, or is it not like that?
You know what it is? In the UK hip hop, for politics, it's even worse
Mm,
because I feel like the UK hip hop is totally political. I feel like most rappers,
mm,
yeah, were on some vote Corbyn business,
mm,
yeah, making songs about it, doing campaigns, doing endorsing him. You understand? And this is like the more conscious. This is like conscious rappers like Carla, Low Key. So I feel like the UK hip hop is intertwined with British politics,
yeah, yeah,
much more than drum and bass. I feel
yeah,
like drum and bass is full of people who are into the music. They're into. You
yeah,
understand? Their interest is the music. They want to
mm,
go out and party. They want to be. You know what
mm,
I mean? Whereas UK hip hop are people who want to go out and have a conversation about fucking politics while
mm,
you're out fucking trying to enjoy yourself.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, you're out there trying to chat to girls, and they want to talk about fucking why you should vote for Corbyn, and why you should vote for fucking Boris. So I find the UK hip hop scene, and you know, it's a
I
mad
used to
one,
find
really.
it very depressing. I found
It
it
is
really
depressing.
depressing. Yeah,
It
like
is
when we
depressing.
go
These
out
people
to
don't
like
care about
kung
nothing else.
fu or any of these
Listen,
ones, yeah, I'd want to kill myself when we came home. I was like,
mhm.
fucking hell, man, this is
Yeah,
so depressing. Like, I was like-
so now what happened now? Now that the politics, now that the Labour's lost, yeah,
yeah,
and the politics is now out of UK hip hop. That was the main thing keeping it going. So now that's gone. There is nothing, there's
there
now nothing to rally. It's nothing to rally for now. So I'm just
like an
listening.
alt-right movement in UK hip hop though?
Yes, there is as well. Yeah,
Fucking
there is.
hell, man.
There is. You want me to name some of the artists?
If you
There is.
want,
There is.
if you want.
I'll be honest. It's not a very big. The alt-right movement isn't very big because, like with the Labour Party, they jumped on getting the rappers to go and make songs and endorse them. The Tory party started doing it as well, so they got a few people to kind of
Really? What the fuck?
make rap songs about Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah,
Who the fuck was that?
there was a guy called he's terrible, man. His name is Crow, and he made a song.
Chrome.
He made a song. Yeah, he's rubbish. He's from Devon.
Not Mr. Chrome from Luton.
Nah, he's from Devon.
Oh, see, yeah.
So yeah, he made a song. There's a few of them like, and anti-Corbyn songs and stuff like that. Very bad.
Yeah.
Not very, very corny. Very put last minute, put together, try and keep up with the Labour Party. But the Labour Party got more. It's probably trying to get the minority vote or trying to get the young people vote. It just didn't work. They didn't need it anyway. The Tories won anyway, so they didn't need it.
Yeah.
So now that they've got nothing to kind of vote for, there's so much energy from the UK hip hop scene was put into politics. And now their political ambitions have failed. There's now nothing left to talk about. So I'm now listening to the UK drill. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm more. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm hearing more coming out of that scene. Like they
see,
feel
like rappers
they,
like Dave, like Dave and all them guys, yeah.
Yeah. He's very good.
Like what's he? What kind of hip hop is he? Said like what is he meant to be? Like what where does he fit in the genres?
Well, the thing with Dave, he's young and he's very poetic and he's very musical. So he's, you understand, and Dave is, at the end of the day, Dave's a big talent.
But is he classed as, he's not classed as drill or anything like that though, is he?
Dave is just an artist. He doesn't necessarily make drill music. He makes like hip hop music. But
you see, like the kind of stuff he's doing has got like a beat that people can kind of vibe to as well, innit, and dance to, yeah. Because he gets play in the clubs as well, like the R&B.
These other guys have got beats as well. These other guys have got some beats, but what it is, it's just that these other guys haven't got nothing. No one's interested in listening to it. Do you know what I mean? No one's interested in listening to people who basically told everybody to go and vote, and that's, you know what I mean. People ain't interested in rappers telling people to vote. Like
I remember, like, you know when we get some bookings sometimes, and it was more of like a R&B hip hop kind of crowd, yeah. Like when we went and supported Kano, or we meant to support Neo, but he didn't turn up, and you had H-Town turn up or something like that, yeah. So that was in Birmingham, and I remember the vibe in there was more similar to a drum and bass vibe, like loads of people wanting to party. The crowd was very, very lively, do you know what I mean? And you could get them real good interaction and whatnot.
UK hip hop is full of people who, like I said, want to take you to a little corner and have a political conversation.
Yeah.
And chill off your vibe. Do you know what I mean? Or rap some lyrics to you in the corner, or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean?
I remember when we was on Jen's, when we went and did Genesis tour. I remember the best one we did, I thought, was in the one in Newcastle, because that was a club where it had that kind of like R&B and hip hop vibe.
That was Top Top, wasn't it? Yeah, Top Top. I think that was Top Top in Newcastle. Yeah, because that's a club where all the students go and get wasted. That would make sense. It's kind of neat that. You know what it is? I like. You know what it is with me? I like to just work with like whoever's there. So sometimes I don't know what kind of crowd I'm dealing with. Sometimes I'm dealing with a crowd completely not familiar with the kind of music I make. So for me, at that point, I have to win the crowd over. So I might, you understand, I might have to tailor my set, or I might have to do certain things. So that's kind of the good thing about it. Sometimes you go to a club and everybody's partying and whatever, but at the same time, they're not fucking interested in what you're doing. They're just off their face. And yeah, it seems cool, everyone's partying, but then sometimes as an artist, you want to be acknowledged for what you're doing. You know what I mean? Just don't want to be there on stage.
Do you think, you know, like when I speak to certain artists and they're like, they want that success, yeah? Do you think, I mean, or they want people to rate them as an artist? Do you think that's a wrong mentality? Should we just be content?
It's not the wrong mentality. It's not the wrong mentality. It's just at the moment they're still being led by their ego. You understand? And like I've been led by my ego. And it's just a case of when you stop being led by your ego, then sometimes then you can start. Then you will start making the music you're meant to make. When you're being led by your ego will make you go out and say, all right, you know what? Everyone's making UK drill. I'm going to make UK drill. I better go and do this. Go out and do this and go and get some points, score some points. Or do you know what I mean? Or everyone's, you know what I mean? Like, I used to be like, cool. If I want to go and like make connections, I think you told me this. You want to make connections with people. You take them out and get a mash up. You understand? Time I used to be, come on. You know what I mean? I used to be like, but you know what it is? At the same time, you know what? Remember Ralph Dog? I actually went out with Ralph Dog one night and trust me, Ralph Dog, If anyone who don't know about Ralph Dog, that's what you call a real OG. You get me? Real OG. I've been out with Ralph Dog, having a drink up with him at I think it was DJ Premier. You know what I mean? Cool. You know what I mean? So it's at the same time, it's good to socialize. But shit, I forgot what I was talking about now. I was talking about shit. Lost my train of thought.
Whether it was, we were saying about whether, you know, with people who got they're chasing their ego, so they feel they have to do this.
Of course. So you know, you can get so that's it. So it's just ego sometimes. It's just the ego telling you, you know, if you do this, you get this, and then once you get this, then what you think you're going to get will play into your ego, because it will play into what you think you want.
Like that's what I said. I said to this guy interviewing me today, was like, he was like, what advice would you give people coming into the music game? I was like, have another job where you got your own money coming in, so then when you're doing music, it's fun still, and you can do what you want without having the pressure of trying to conform to what you see trends are. Because once you're doing that, you're not doing music for yourself no more. You're just doing it to try and make. Do you know what I mean? So then you're doing it for the wrong reason. So like, you know, I think it's better to then when you know you've got your money coming in, you're more relaxed. You're not chasing them bookings. You're not trying to snake other artists and tell them, like, other artists tell me they're charging this much, so you're like, raw. So they want you to be like, raw, he's charging that much. Okay, I'm gonna charge that much as well because I'm on that level. But reality, they're charging less than that. So then you outprice yourself. So then you don't get the booking. They get the booking.
And they get the bookings. Yeah.
It's all these bullshit games, isn't it? But when you got your own money coming in, you don't care. So
that's
you're
what
just
I'm
like,
saying,
so I think that's better, man. Like I tell everyone, I have another income, innit? Music, like now because of technology, like all the streaming money, that's all shit, like it's all crap. Like
I took all my music off the streaming sites. I took it all off. And
seen.
like,
and I was like, if they were paying 1p a stream, it would be sweet. But they're not. They're paying like 0.0004 per stream.
I haven't got time for it. Do you know what I mean? I made some money from streaming. I'm not gonna lie. I made some money from streaming. It got me out of some sticky situations. But you know what? At the end of the day, I can't be bothered with it. When I think about it, I think, okay, I got like 60 quid, 70 quid for like 8 months. I'm like, well, fucking hell, I can make that in one day.
Yeah, exactly.
I can make that in, and I can make that in 2 hours. Do you know what I mean? I can make that in 2 hours, and that's just not even bragging. That's just on a normal That's not a very good system, in my opinion.
No.
You know what I mean? And I think, you know, I think the best thing to do with music is like you said, don't do it for the money. Once you just do it just because you enjoy doing it, then you'll actually get a lot more out of it. Whether it's you'll get feedback you'll get, or you know what I mean, you'll get more out of it. If you know what I mean, when you're doing it for the money, then that's when you get caught up in the whole I need drugs to keep myself awake. Staying awake for days, and then next thing you know, you're getting a fucking vaccine, and you're fucking telling everybody on Facebook.
I mean, even like, you know I mean? Even there was a big group in it, yeah, and they were touring the UK on a mad one, yeah. They were made, the label was just pushing them out to tour. The guy ended up going, he couldn't even hear anything, yeah. He was just fucked, like he couldn't hear anything after a while, and he just collapsed. So he had to have a break, and then they went on tour again, and their road manager was fucking supplying him with drugs. Yeah, so he's making money off him, giving him drugs on top of his salary. But what the road manager was doing as well was putting cameras. He was taking in rooms in the club where there's cameras in there, filming him snorting his drugs or whatever the MCAT he was on or whatever the fuck. And then he was selling it to the fucking newspapers for 70 G's every time. Yeah, that's his manager. So this is what I'm saying. This music game is fucked. Yeah, like it's full of stakes, man.
It's for shocks. And like I said, if you're not made for it, and that's why we know people who have come with us in the music scene, you know what I mean, who came out with us, and from what they've seen, some of them have chosen never to go back to it again. Some of them have gone completely insane. You understand? Some of them have become family men. Some of them have decided to become family men and decided, because you have to be made of certain stuff to do it. If you're not, you know, it's only certain type of people that can walk in this industry or in this scene and come out unaffected, because they're not going to get swayed by, you know what it is. Sometimes you need to get the drugs and the women out of the system, because if you walk in there and you've got that kind of, you know what I mean? You can be smashing 2-3 things a night. You know what I mean? That's not a joke. That's like reality. If that's what you want, and so you need to have some sort of control, because if you don't, you'll literally end up losing the plot. I know plenty of people who do not used to be involved in music, and they don't do. You know, remember my man Sleeper G.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sleeper G. Like, I see that Brer, and he told me a story, man, and it was like, after talking to him, I felt it was like the realest story. You know what I mean? It was just like that's the reality. It was depressing. I was depressed after he told me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And it was just like, basically what had happened to him. He was doing his thing as a DJ. You know what I mean? And he was doing his thing, making his money, but just one little thing, and it just led to led to his life snowballing, and you know, and it's deep. You get me? It's very deep. You know, but to be quite honest, big him up, because he probably got out early. That was probably his saving grace. This was years ago as well. This was years ago he'd been out the game. So, you know, and you know what I mean? But at the same time, like man like Jay Swift, Jay Swift certified. He's still in the game. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, that's one guy.
He's running DMB HQ now, isn't it? That's his thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jay Swift has put in the work. Don't get it twisted, people. Don't remember UK Rumble. So he's put in work before. That's what I'm saying. This is what I respect. People that put the work in. Jay Swift has been there from I was 18, 17, 18. Boy, say no more. And still active. This is, you know.
I still see Junior Buzz and Bizzer in that.
Junior Buzz as well. That's what I'm saying. All of them not. That's what I'm saying. I ain't seen them guys for years, but trust me, them not our foundation. UK Rumble, it's, when you think about it, it did seem like much at the time, but UK Rumble was big. There weren't anything like that in London at the time. You know what I mean? Apart from the Pirates.
And then Michael's asked, what are both of your biggest lyrical influences?
My biggest lyrical influence, I don't know, man. It's very hard to say. I probably listen to a lot of Mobb Deep, AZ, Nas, MOP, probably
Yeah.
Onyx, Eminem, Bones Thugs and Harmony, Biggie, Tupac, then some like UK, some Black Twang,
Yeah.
Mudfam, Be Life Cypher, Maneuver, Task Force,
Yeah.
Brain Tax, Jest, Jesus, Scorsese.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd listen to so much. You know what I mean? I'd always probably go back to like Mobb Deep because that was my real like. You know what I mean? Even though I met Havoc, and Big Noid, and it was just like, you know what, man, this is, you know what I mean? If I had known that's the kind of people they were, I wouldn't have spent 20 odd years listening to their music. You know what I mean?
What were they like? What were they like? I was talking to Jen and Terry about certain American artists that you look up to that I've met or whatever, and they've been pricks, yeah. But I don't like. They were like nah. But then like, who was it? Who I said was a dickhead. Like I met Mos Def, he was a dickhead. Kendrick Lamar's manager, I met him, he was a dickhead. Fucking Beat Nuts were dickheads. Who else? Like a lot of these. RZA was a dickhead. Who else? I don't know. Quite a lot of people in it. But yeah, what happened? What happened with fucking Havoc then? Remember we met Della Soul, the Dave guy. He was a dick. You know, innit? That was a disappointment.
Who did I meet? That was cool. I did meet someone that was I just had him in my. I just forgot him. Oh, who was it?
Like J. Rue was cool. Styles P was cool.
Wait, mate, J. Rue was cool.
Mad cool.
Me and J. Rue, yeah, of course, Chuck D. That's what I'm saying. J. Rue the Damager. I remember running into him in the street once in London. And walking down the road to a festival with him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how casual it is with J. Rue. You know what I mean? Who else is it?
Pharaoh Monch was so cool, yeah, that he didn't even tell me who he was. Yeah?
He weren't cool when I met him. When I met him, he was a dickhead.
Is it?
But it's okay. No, but it's okay because then I met him again with Sarah Love, and it was like obviously Sarah Love is always cool. She's all, you know what I mean. Sarah Love is always cool, and obviously when he saw me first speaking to me, he deemed me worthy. So
one of them ones. See, that's what I was talking to the student about today. Like in drum and bass, yeah, a lot of people are in this cliquey bullshit, right? So then they won't want to talk to you or give you the time of day. But if they see you being cool with someone who they deem as worthy, suddenly they'll start chatting to you. Yeah.
You know my favorite rapper I ever met was though.
Yeah.
Billy Dance.
Oh yeah, was he safe?
Yeah. I mean, basically what happened? We were all up in the club. It was me, Nova, a couple of Big Ben, Rags, yeah. And Nova was like, "Oh shit, Billy Dance is coming over." Yeah. I actually was shook. I was thinking, you know what? Like he's a big guy as well. I just remember him you remember when he's like, "The name's Bill." I was just thinking that. You know, I was thinking Billy Dance. I was like, "Shit, man." I was like, "What should I do? What should I do?" He's like, "Nothing. Just chill. It's all right." I was like, "No, seriously. Should I get up and leave?" No, cool. And then he come over, yeah. But then, out of all the rappers I met, he was like the most like calm, like. Yeah, he was blessed. He seemed like he knows Nova, innit? And he was like, yeah, it was a thing where he was the one who told Nova to come down that night, actually.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, how do you know Billy Dance, man? I'm like, that's like one of my like the all-time favorites. But he was mad humble. And I met Bones Thugs and Harmony, right? Yeah, that when I met Bones Thugs and Harmony, yeah. So I was backstage and I've gone up. Were you there that night?
No.
Brixton, I've gone backstage now, and I've walked up the stairs, and Wishbone's walking down there. But you know Wishbone, he's a goon, isn't it?
Oh,
Wishbone, you can see, you can tell Wishbone's a goon. He's not. So where Wishbone is walking, he's looking at me like, do you know what I mean? He weren't even a thing like. It wasn't even a thing to like It wasn't even a thing to say nothing to him. It was just like, Wishbone. You could tell Wishbone. He didn't look like he wanted to chat to nobody. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I walked past him, and then I walked past Crazy. And Crazy's looking at me, but he's more like oh, what you say? So I've nodded at him, he's nodded at me. And then I walked past him, and then I've stopped, and then I've called him, and I've started chatting to him, and and he was cool, man.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
Wishbone
Sweet.
seemed cool as well, but you could tell Wishbone he's on grease. You know what I mean? Wishbone,
Oh,
you could tell Wishbone's
see.
Wishbone's the muscle, bro. Wishbone is the fucking. You get me? It's like
So
you know,
what?
he
So what
seemed
happened with Havoc then, and Big Noid?
Havoc. You know what it is? Havoc's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Havoc. You just got to remember, it's nothing to do with Havoc. It's just my impression of what I created Havoc to be in my head. Just did add up. You get me? In my head, I created. You get me? Like in my head, and with Noids, you know what I mean? But when I met them, I was underwhelmed.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
me?
okay, yeah.
Underwhelming. I didn't find their energy very, and I feel like really and truly that represents Mob Deep without Prodigy.
Yeah.
You just
Because
ain't gonna
me
have
and Grammar met them at a service station. We met Mob
Deep.
Deep and
Wow.
we met Prodigy and Havoc when they
Yeah.
were supporting G Unit on the G
All
Unit
right.
tour. Lloyd
Same,
Banks
same.
was there as well, but we weren't really interested to chat to the G Unit people. We were
Yeah,
more
yeah,
interested in
yeah,
Mob Deep, innit?
yeah.
But yeah, they were
Same.
cool. They were all right, but they were
Yeah.
just getting in the car, so it wasn't like a big conversation. Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, say, and that
yeah.
was
Of
it.
course.
So you know, but
we met Capone Noriega.
oh yeah,
Capone,
Capone was safe, man. He's a madman.
yeah. Capone Noriega were actually cool. We met them. We were chilling with them after the show for a bit. They're wild.
Yeah.
That's jokes. You know what I mean? Yeah, Capone Noriega. And who else? Who else have I met recently? Oh God.
Keith Murray. Were you there that time as well?
When was that?
When he came to Trinity and just took the star off the roof.
I was the one. Yeah. Who do you think had to get Keith Murray out of the building?
Oh shit!
Well, that was that day. I had phone calls. Oh mate,
that was hilarious, man.
Yeah,
and then Terry Hooligan slapped him. I was like,
yeah, Terry gave him 2 slaps in the face, mate. It was like, listen to me, son. Listen to me, son. I've DJ'd more fucking sets than you've had at dinners. You can't slap. That's what basically he said to him. He's like, you cunt. He's like, I know you're fucking Keith Murray, yeah, and you've done your thing, but I've done more. And that was the truth. These times here, Terry was playing to audiences of 25,000. He was going to like Belarus and playing to stadiums of people. Yeah,
that was mad.
You see what I'm saying? Keith Murray is up in Trinity. Like, don't get me wrong, Keith Murray's a sick artist.
Yeah.
But that's just the reality. That is just the reality of the situation at the time, innit? So
big up Cams Olazek. Big up Cams, in there right now. Big Michael as well, saying he went to that tour in Manchester, the G Unit and the Mob Deep one. I think I was probably there as well, man. I was probably there as well. So selling CDs outside or something like that. But yeah, man. Then John Worrell has said tonight's heated discussion should be about 1 in the pink and 2 in the stink. What's best, 1 pink or 2 stink? I'm like, bruv, what the fuck? I ain't talking about that shit. Are you crazy? I ain't sticking my finger in no stink, man. That's bruv. Nah. 2 in the pink, yeah, or 3 in the pink. Or 4 if the girl wants, like 5 they if they wanted it, but
mate, anyway.
you know who John Worrell is? That's Alvin's
yeah,
brother.
Come on. The Watford crew. Hey, listen, let me tell you, the Watford. Come on, in a way, it literally all began in John's gaff. Don't get it twisted. I'm not joking. You're not joking. You go and ask Trevor. Go and ask all of this. Trust me, like literally, that's where the original Watford drum and bass scene was born, mate. Do you understand? So big up to DJ Virus, you get me? Because you got the group popping off. You got his Facebook group popping off. Just come on, man. You know what I mean? I'm original foundation. You know what I mean? I'm like,
big up Deadly as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on, let me tell you, Watford crew. Yeah, this is foundation. I've been in Watford from 20 years ago. You understand? So, you know what I mean? A lot of things happened in Watford, like. Yeah, a lot of scenes and artists were born, and you know what I mean, came out of Watford. So, and big up to Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua, he's repping Watford, and obviously he's got to go against Tyson Fury.
That's
Who's
another.
Who's repping Manchester?
We've been asked that question actually about Tyson Fury versus AJ.
Well, do you know what it is? What the question is this, yeah? This is what people want to know. Is that, can you get a boxer, or can you train someone to beat a gypsy in a fist fight? A 6'9", and you can't. And that's basically what you're gonna get. What's gonna get proven is like, don't get me wrong, Anthony Joshua is a sick boxer, technical and everything. Tyson Fury is a gypsy. He's a
so is they actually are they actually fighting then? Yeah,
they're gonna get it on. They're gonna get it on. And Anthony Joshua, he's training as this is the hardest fight of his career. He's training like never before. So don't get it twisted. He's gonna come.
Yeah, I heard someone tell me that the word gypsy now is a racial.
It is racist.
Is it? Is it racist?
It is derogatory. It is a derogatory.
Okay.
To some degree,
they were saying that you should say traveler instead or something.
Well, you should, but at the end of the day, you know, we can't say anything, can we?
Because I know people. They tell me
we can't say half caste. We can't say. You understand? We can't. We got all of a sudden we're not allowed to say these words that we've been taught to say, and it's like, well, you know, at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because when I grew up, when I was little, from when I was little, I was called half caste all the time by loads of people. Exactly. So I was just used to it. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever the fuck. And then now it's like, oh, you can't say half caste.
Yeah, but then it's like, how long are they going to call people black? You understand? That's the most derogatory thing you could ever call anyone, but we just have to accept it because it's just like, well, we ain't got time, even though it's a derogatory thing, we haven't got time to individually educate the entire planet that it's wrong. And it's a derogatory word. I would just fucking get on with it. Derogatory word, because it's not black. You get me? My skin is not even resemble black at all.
See, I had one argument with one woman. I was like, there are no black people on earth, innit? Because there's no actual black people. And she was sending me all these pictures, of like dark-skinned people in Africa. And I was like, they're brown. The skin's brown. It might be dark brown, but it's still brown.
Of course.
It might be really dark brown, but it's still brown, isn't it? No one's actually got black skin. So, and she was just going mad. And she was like, oh, you're a sellout. Going crazy and shit. And I was like, no, I'm just telling you what it is, isn't it? It's just the point. She was sending me all these pictures, like, look at this honourable leader of Sudan. He's got the blackest skin ever, and I was like, no, his skin's dark brown. If you got a pencil crayon, one that's black and one that's dark brown, he's gonna be the dark brown one. He ain't gonna be the black one.
Take him to fucking Sweden for 3 weeks. He'll look like me. Do you know what I mean? Literally.
Yeah, that's true. Like, people do lose
let that son get off his skin for a fight. You know what I mean? A couple of weeks. You know, no, it won't be like me, but you know. But either way, you know what I mean? Just because even if he's black, it doesn't mean everyone else is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't. But,
so to categorize people as a color is where you go wrong in the first place. To categorize people by color, you understand? Because if you just categorize people by what they are, then you won't have this problem. You can just say, this man's Nigerian, this man is from India, this man is from Turkey, this man is from China. You understand? But if you start saying, oh, this yellow man here, or this sand-looking man, or this pink-looking man, and then it becomes, you know what I mean? These derogatory connotations when you attach color to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Categorizing them. You know, color coding them. But you know what? I gotta get off.
Yeah, man. Me too. I need to make some dinner. So
I've got big up to everyone who's been locked in, and please share. Well, actually, I'm not banned from Facebook anymore, but even still, share it anyway.
Yeah. Also, we've got episode 4 out on Spotify now, and I'll be sorting out episode 5 tomorrow or something for upload as well. So check it out on Spotify because we've got extra shit on there like music and stuff as well. So check that out, people.
All right, cool.
In a bit, everyone. See you later.